Rising to your astrology for November with your cosmic girl. Trust you're doing well out there. I'm a practicing Hellenistic Western tropical astrologer. This month we see Saturn stationed to go direct in Pisces, Pluto's ingressing back into Aquarius for a 20-year stay, and the exalted full moon in Taurus, and so much more astrologically. And I'm going to be taking you through what houses these transits are going to be happening in, and so much more. As a Taurus rising, your qualities are yin, fixed, and earthy in nature as this rising sign, and Venus is your planetary ruler. Let's get into your month. Now, your ruling planet is so much more than love. This I think you would agree with. Venus is about unity, connection, values, and beliefs. Just very embodied, very much committed to loving the self and respecting oneself. That's Venus. And she likes to connect with people that she can learn from and give something back that she's attracted to. So Venus has been transiting in a part of your chart connected to shared resources and your finances and wealth house. And she ends this transit in this place for you on the 11th of November. So you have a small window of time, if you will, between the 1st of November to the 11th to rally in your support systems with your financial standing. What shared resources are around you that you can connect with that can help your bank balance improve for the long-term future? You're very vigilant about what's coming in and what's going out with your expenditures with this transit, because Venus rules the self and who you are. So you're very, very hyper aware of your finances at this time when Venus is transiting in this area for you. On the 3rd of November, your ruling planet Venus is going to stand off with Jupiter. So the two benefics, Venus is the benefic in astrological teachings through Hellenistic practices, and so is Jupiter. They're benefic, they're life-giving, they're abundant, they're about uniting. And it's standing off with one another on the 3rd of November. And Jupiter is currently in the place of your chart connected to your assets, your possessions, your finances, and things that support the self. So when the two benefics are standing off with one another on the 3rd of November, it's do I or don't I decision day about a money or financial transaction. Are you in or are you out? This is what you're toying with. But it's the two benefics. How bad can this decision be? Just maybe seeing the forest for the trees on overcompensation is what I'm thinking for you. You may not want to be spreading yourself too thin and someone's pressing your buttons to do so. So you do you on the 3rd of November. Then on the 11th of November up into the 7th of December, Venus, your ruling planet, is flying through the zodiac sign of Capricorn in a part of your chart connected to education, long-distance travel, media, legalities, and your spiritual beliefs about life. Venus, when she's transiting in this part of your chart, it's all or nothing. So really committed to your goals and visions for your educational pursuits and travel pursuits is the key with this transit. You could be spending a lot of money on education or travel. You could also be investing in new courses regarding esotericism, like taking up an astrology course, learning about tarot, or learning about a spiritual practice that isn't really mainstream, but it's ticking your boxes and you're happy to commit to this new educational pursuit that's going to improve your spiritual understanding of the self. What you love about Venus in the 9th is that she can connect you to partnerships that can go the distance. You're not interested in anything fair weather. You want certainty where you put your money towards regarding education, travel, media publish, and your spiritual practices. On the 22nd of the month, your ruling planet Venus lines up with Saturn in a sextile. This is a great aspect, and it's your 10th house of career and public standing and worldly ambitions. When your ruling planet sextiles and connects with Saturn, there's a mature decision going on here that's connected to your goals for your future. What is your professional image that you want to project? Lining up with Saturn's Venus is certainly going to be seeing the forest for the trees on what's not going to work long term. So you're making a firm decision on the 22nd of December that's going to take you places professionally. So really nice day to be had on the 22nd of November for you, with your ruling planet lining up with determined, disciplined Saturn. On the 1st of November, we are having the first lunation of the month, and it's the new moon in Scorpio. And this is happening in your part of your chart connected to relationships, connections, partnerships, contracts and agreements, and also endings. So this feels like the beginning of the end. It's bittersweet in regards to connections and contracts. It could be quite emotional, but you are ready to start to end something that feels weighty, too emotionally draining on this day, and you know it, but it might be a bittersweet decision that you're making on the 1st of November moving forward. On the 15th of November, we're having the best lunation of 2024. We're having the full moon in Taurus, and the moon's exalted in Taurus, and this is happening in your first house. So this is about your identity, who you are, how people see you. It's your psychology. It's a sense of self. This is the first house, and Venus is your ruling planet ruling that house. But you're having the moon light up you. So you're on display. It's hard to hide behind the shadows on this day about how you are tracking. How do you feel about your own body? How do you feel about your decisions, especially the ones that you made on the 1st of November? It's the checking in point on how you feel about relationships, contracts, and agreements, and really checking in with yourself. Are you okay in the body? Do you feel good within yourself, your image? If you feel like you need a refresh, this is the moon that's giving you the cosmic green pass to indulge in yourself. So it's all about the contracts and relationships until the 21st of November as a Taurus rising, because the sun is shining on your part of your chart that's all about other people. So it's a very social place, and it's where you connect. Sun in Scorpio is all in or nothing. But Scorpio is emotionally deep and very can be at times intense. So when the sun's shining a light on your 7th house being Scorpio, connected to relationships, contracts, agreements, rest and pleasure, you might be very aware of those relationships or binds that are keeping you stuck, or you might just feel emotionally committed and you may not be all in, and the sun shining here may illuminate that. So if you need to get out of any sticky binds, the sun is encouraging you to do so when the sun is in your 7th house as a Taurus rising. On the 4th of November, the sun's going to line up with Saturn. So what's easier for you to do is on this day is to commit to social events or friends and groups. Go out and enjoy yourself on the 4th of November. You may reconnect with people, places and faces that you've had some distance from for some time. But this day sees a return of friendliness. So there's a good day to be had for you on the 4th of November. Then on the 21st until December 21st, we've got the sun shining a light on a part of your chart, which is your shared resources and your finances. So for 4 weeks, the sun is illuminating you, getting down to brass tacks when it comes to your financial standing. What's coming in, what's going out, where am I a little bit too loose, what do I need to rein in? And my shared resources, my partner's resources, how are they going? Are they draining me, or do I need to let go once and for all? This is what's on your mind when the sun is in your 8th house of finance for 4 weeks. On the 27th of the month, the sun is lining up with Mars, And this looks good for cashing in on an asset or a valuable that's collecting dust in the corner to improve renovations in the home, or a real estate or property topic. Looks pretty good on the 27th of November. Now on to Mercury. Now, Mercury is a planet. Think of Mercury as what's on our mind, what we're traveling. What subjects are we interested in traveling towards? What are we thinking about? What are we talking about? What are we researching about? What are we exchanging money with? That's Mercury. That's very Mercury. Mercury is very quick and very speedy. So thinking of Mercury, go, well, what do we need to know about Mercury? Well, Mercury is so much. And then we've realized, oh, yes, I was heavily engrossed into this subject with this transit. That's Mercury. Will have you going deep into a part of your chart. Well, on the 2nd of November, Mercury is going to be going into a part of your chart connected to shared resources and assets. And this is for the whole month. So, yeah, you're like the Sherlock and detective when it comes to your financial transactions and your financial standing with this transit. Mercury doesn't do so well in Sagittarius. That's the only blip here. So Mercury's going to work harder to be more visionary and more optimistic and hopeful about what he can do when it comes to his financial standing in your 8th house. So what's on your mind here is, can you go the distance with a financial transaction or an investment or shared resource? Is there really going to be a payoff? That's what's on your mind. And you'll be doing researching and looking at different options about your financial opportunities with this transit, and it's wise to do so. So on the 18th of the month, this is the pivotal part of the month for all of us. When we all don't get out of this, it just so happens to be the axis of your money houses, Taurus Rising. So on the 18th of the month, this is the moment. Mercury's standing off with Jupiter, and Jupiter's the benefic, and it's in the part of your chart connected to your assets, your possessions, your finances, things that support you. So Mercury and Jupiter are having a conversation, but we've got what's called mutual reception going on this day. So there's an understanding with Mercury and Jupiter. They understand one another about something financial on this day. So Mercury's looking to Jupiter going, is this really the right investment path? Is this really going to happen with my shared resources or a contract? Am I really going to get that inheritance? Am I really getting that tax return? Am I really going to get that payout that I want? Mercury is looking to Jupiter for inspiration or the green light to say, yes, it's going to happen. The only difference is Jupiter's retrograde and doesn't do well in Gemini. So Jupiter's thinking about systems and structures, morals and ethics about your financial standing. So what happens on this day for you, Taurus Rising, is, do I or don't I? So self-confidence about your finances is needed here. And if you're doing your research and you've exhausted all avenues on what the most lucrative path for you to go down has been done, then go forward with certainty about a financial transaction. Absolutely. But if you're hesitant, Jupiter's going to be asking you to go, okay, but let's look at what we actually own. Let's look if this is going to support us for the long term or drain us. Are we overcompensating or stretching ourselves too thin? That's the sort of conversation you're having on the 18th of the month, and it's pivotal for all of us. But for you, it's all about the money, honey. So take your time on the 18th of November. Do not rush in where angels fear to tread, is the astrological advice. Then on the 25th of the month, Mercury goes into a retrograde. It won't go direct into the 15th of December. Mercury backtracking, which is highly advised when we're talking about your financial standing, is going to help you go back over the agreements, negotiations, the ideas, the paperwork, the data, the analytics, the transactions with this transit. And what you can discover is missed opportunities or blips in the road, and you can fix them when Mercury's retrograde before he goes direct on the 15th of December. So tidying up house is the financial advice for you with Mercury retrograde from the 25th of November to December 15. Mars, now this personal planet that we all have, is about action, conflict, passion, and drive. It's very strategic. It's all about how do I get to what I want and thinking about it in a very clear way. May not be tasteful for others how it gets what it wants, but to Mars, this is the best road it takes. It's very independent. Mars is going to be moving into a part of your chart from the 3rd of November for the rest of the month, connected to real estate, home, family, and property topics, ancestry, your lineage, who you are, where you come from. Mars is going into this part of your chart. So think of Mars as going, I want to know about this real estate opportunity. I want to know about the foundations of this house. I want to know if this is supportive of me. And this is what's on your mind. Is my home supportive of me? My real estate, my family, who I am in the family unit? Am I supported? This is on your mind when Mars is in the 4th house. And it is the zodiac sign of Leo. Leo, this zodiac sign of itself is very optimistic, it's abundant, it's opulent, it's loud, and it's proud. So Mars in Leo, your 4th house, this is about maybe stretching yourself too thin when it comes to real estate or financial topics connected to your actual dwelling. So don't overcompensate. I mean, you might be strategically trying to find a way of going, yeah, I really want that new piece of furniture. Can't really afford it, but you know what? I'll make it work, because that's very Leo. It wants what it wants. It's very indulgent and opulent. So this is the sort of things you'll be thinking about. I really want that home. I want to purchase that piece of land. My family, are we all in? And this could be the moment where overindulgence takes center stage, and Mars is going to possibly help you cut through that bullshit. Stop the overindulgence, overcompensation. You can't afford the house. You can't afford the renovations. You can't have that couch from Milan just now. We need to be realistic and maybe look at different ways of getting what we want. These are the sort of things that can be happening for you with Mars in the 4th house. Mars will go into a retrograde on the 6th of December next month. So from the 3rd of November to the 6th of December, it's all about what can I have with my real estate, my dwelling, my property, what's going on with my family. Are we all just too indulgent and overcompensating for each other, or are you starting to see the forest for the trees on how you might be spreading yourself too thin? And it could have to do with the family, maybe pushing you or encouraging you to go, yeah, do it, do it, do it. But Mars here will have you thinking, oh, I might need to think about things a little bit more deeper. I don't want to cut my nose off to spite my face. So, yeah, very interesting transit coming up for you, Taurus rising with Mars in Leo in your 4th house. So this part of the video, we're going to talk about the slow planetary transits. These are like the key protagonists playing out very long stories in parts of your chart. So let's get into what these slow transits are for you in November. On the 15th of November, Saturn's going to go direct in the place connected to beneficiaries, people that help you with your professional life, your friendships, your dreams, your goals for the future, groups and societies that you're connected to. It's a very social place, the 11th house. And Saturn's going direct now. So from the 15th of November, the culling point is over, and you're moving forward with movers and shakers that you feel very solid with. You could have said goodbye to some people during Saturn's retrograde as well, but moving forward, the people that support you on the day-to-day and your social connections are definitely the ones that you're happy to connect with moving forward. On the 19th of the month, we see Pluto ingress into Aquarius for a 20-year stay. This is happening in a part of your chart connected to your worldly ambitions, your public name, how people see you, and your professional goals. So this is a 20-year transit. It's very, very long. And Pluto, let's tie this in quickly for you. How do I say this for a 20-year transit? Jesus, pressure's on. Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto, ultimately, this planet wants wealth and freedom. It doesn't want to deal with bullshit, things that are old, archaic, hidden, dragging you down, chronic, just yucky. Pluto wants to get down to all of that to finally release it, purge it, move on so it feels its wealthy, healthy best and feels like it's got liberation and movement. So think of that planet and then connect it to your 10th house of career and your worldly ambitions and your public name. So you might get married with this transit, you might get divorced. You might be taking a more prominent role in your professional life, or you might be saying goodbye to a career that you've been involved with for a long time. You might be stepping up to a new professional role. And it is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is a fixed air yang sign. It's very visionary for the future. It's very fixated on what its ideologies are about, what it loves and what it commits to. It's very cerebral, Aquarius. Doesn't really come from the heart, comes from the head, rationalizes. So Pluto's transiting in Aquarius for 20 years in your house of career and public standing. So dogmatic thinking about your career and your public name and who you are and what you're known for is certainly going to be going through massive transits and overhauls in the next 20 years. And you can expect some massive change, and it's certainly going to be seen in the public. Neptune continues retrograding in a part of your chart, which is your friends, your allies, beneficiaries, social connections, your groups, and your dreams for the future. So Neptune retrograde, before it goes direct next month on the 7th, all the dreams that you're thinking about that you want to come to fruition, making the connections that with people, the movers and shakers that can help your career. What are your dreams about connecting with those people that can take you places? Are you actually connecting with them or just thinking about it? You're being too shy. What are you romanticizing about when it comes to your dreams and goals for your future? What about the best social connections ever that you could have that you never thought possible? How do you make them a reality? Neptune, it can be hazy, can be disorienting, it's very dreamy, but we need the dreams and we need to make them a reality. And that's what we do with our imagination. We can turn dreams into reality. So Neptune retrograde here before he goes direct on December 7 is dream big about people that can take you places. Dream big about your goals and hopes for your future. Dream big about having the best relationships with your friends ever. Dream big about all your social connections and events that you want to attend to in the future. Dream big. I think you can do it. And come the 7th of December, you're putting all of those dreams into practice. Uranus is continuing a retrograde in a part of your chart connected to yourself, your identity, and who you are. It won't go direct until the 30th of January 2025. So Uranus is a planet that's about being quick, swift, abrupt. It's about quick change, but it's ultimately to deliver freedom and liberation and doing things in a different way. So Uranus retrograde here, backtracking in your first house of your identity, who you are, how people see you, your sense of self. Uranus is trying to shake you up, Taurus. You're more than what you think. You can certainly break new terrain, do that makeover, get that new outfit, do something new for yourself. Uranus is only helping you be more brave and future oriented. So roll with the punches of those little niggles that you're getting about, should I go and do that for myself? The answer is yes. Uranus is helping you break shackles when it comes to your identity and your sense of self. You'll go direct on the 30th of January 2025. Jupiter continues retrograding in a part of your chart, which is your finances, possessions, your assets, things that support you. It's your actual money that you hold in your pocket. So Jupiter's retrograding here, won't go direct until the 4th of February 2025. So this is about streamlining, learning new systems. What's your moral compass when it comes to expenditure, your possessions and your assets and things that support you? Stretching yourself is not what Jupiter wants you to do. Jupiter wants you to learn about how to be more street savvy when it comes to your financial standing and building wealth for your future self. Really nice transit in this part of your chart for you about the money, honey. So Jupiter will go direct on the 4th of February. So between now and then, streamline, get new structures in place that can help you. Maybe you need to look at different investment options, look at a variety of places that where money can really work for you instead of you working for your money. Not a bad transit at all. Stay cosmic. Cosmic Girl 101's turning 1 on the 5th of November. Yay! It's first birthday on the YouTube platform. How best to celebrate it? I encourage opinions from my audience. Please put your comments in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great November, Taurus Rising. And I've got a poll on my community page on the Cosmic Girl 101 YouTube channel. Feel free to vote on one of those astrological subjects that you'd like to hear about in the future from me. Until next time, take care. Thanks, Taurus Rising.